What up, lug nuts? It is a nice early morning. Going to try to get a little work done before my regular business day kicks off. On today's episode, we're going to tackle some of these unwanted issues that we found on our last episode, meaning the rust that we found in the floor. I'm going to go over kind of cleaning the surface, prepping it, getting it ready, cutting out what's nasty, and see if we can't get some of this cleaned up. Once again, I am not a professional. I'm going to do it my way. There's probably better ways or more professional ways to do some of this stuff, but this is how I'm going to do it. And when it's done, you will get to see the finished product. You get to follow along. So first things first we're going to do today is start cleaning and prepping this area. You always want to wear safety gear. You want to wear a mask. You want to wear your eye protection, hand protection, things like that when you're doing any kind of grinding or cutting or anything like that. Nobody wants a one-eyed mechanic. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, we are going to start with clearing some of this area. We're going to use a good wire wheel. I'm going to try to clean up as much of this area as we can to get an idea of how far the damage has gone. So we're going to get some of this stuff out of the way so we can clean this stuff up. Always wear a mask, safety goggles, and the like. Oh, this one's built for a little person. Let's get a different one. All right, you can probably barely hear me, but that's okay. All right, let's see how bad it is. Oh, yuck. Ugh. All right, so after we've hit this with the wire wheel, we can see that we've got some pretty good damage all through here. It extends out. This is all pretty thin metal over here and up to here, and then through here it's kind of solid. So we're left with a couple of options. So this is a seat mount right here, but we know that we're going to be using a different set of mounts for the seats, so I'm not so concerned about that. So I'm going to take a pencil and kind of draw where I think that we need to be and where we need to do this. I'm going to get me a straight edge, which happens to be the license plates for this truck. I'm going to try to kind of straight edge this so that we've got some good metal without having to take out everything. So we know that we've got, go right there. All right, so bad news is it looks like we're going to have to take out some corners when we do this metal work. Well, we got to come all the way back out this way, so. All right, come over here. All right, so we've got that whole section marked out. And yeah, it's going to be some odd little cuts and stuff like that, but I think we're going to be all right. So our next step after this is to get our cutoff wheel and start cutting this area out. So let's see if we can get after it. All right, so now we've marked our area that we kind of want to cut out. Got pretty level. We got a little bit of raised section here we'll have to deal with. And then we've got a raised up here and down here to work around all this stuff. So once again, hand protection, eye protection, things like that. We're going to see how this goes. We're trying a new set of cutoff wheels. They're Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. So these are the Hercules brand from Harbor Freight. Once again, I am not sponsored by anybody. So we're going to see how these do. The regular basic Harbor Freight ones don't seem to last very well. So with that being said, let's just see how this works. And just like that, no more rust. No more floor, but no more rust. We're back. We're joined by Mama Lugnut. Say hi, Mama Lugnut. They can't see you, so they got to hear you.
Hi, Mama Lugnut.
So Mama Lugnut is going to help us with some CAD drawings, cardboard-assisted drawings, that is, not the computer kind.
You need to put those words on the screen.
Oh, so we need CAD, cardboard-assisted?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do that. So, Mama, what we've done is we've cut a section of the floor out of the car.
Okay.
So everybody can see. We cut the section of the floor out of the car. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our cardboard. We're going to lay it on top of here. And we're going to hold it down into place. We've got a fold here. And then we've got a roll here. You can kind of see where this drops down.
Right.
And we need to hold it into place. And I'm going to climb underneath and I'm going to trace it so that we know exactly what size we need this piece of metal to be.
Got it.
Got it. All right, so down I go. Oh, and what's this called again?
A CAD, a cardboard assisted drawing?
Yes.
Whoa.
All right. Oh.
How am I supposed to get in here?
Come on in,
No,
baby.
I'm not doing that.
It's not that kind of show.
All right.
All right.
So
I'm going to start up here.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to go down and trace.
Let me smush it
We're
down.
going here. We're going back.
Ow, you're rolling over my toe.
Sorry. All right.
Okay, hold on. I got to smush it over in this corner over here.
Okay. We're going to this back side. Push this back corner down, this one right here. Push it all the way down. I can still see gap. There we go.
Well,
That's what I need.
I don't know where the gap is because I can't see it.
All right. Tracing in the middle where it drops down. Back to the front. And across the front. All right, that should give us our pattern.
You missed one little spot.
I know there's some spots that can't connect because if you take that piece up, you'll see where the frame is.
Oh,
so
got it.
All right. Ugh, it's all humid
Wow,
and
you made
yucky
some
out
really
here.
straight cuts because those are some like really straight lines.
I know. The new Hercules wheel. Hercules. The Hercules wheel, that was just one wheel. Half of a wheel cut that whole thing. So these are way better than the normal Hobo Freight ones.
Yeah.
So
where you went through like 15.
yeah, just to cut some thin sheet metal. So.
Oh, I like your straight edge.
You like that?
Yeah.
I'm styling and profiling. Yeah, I'm an 80s kid. Shut up.
What?
I said, yes, I'm an 80s kid. Shut up.
Oh.
Styling and profiling? Little LL Cool J? What? Y'all don't know? Too bad. Y'all grew up in the wrong generation.
How is it so humid out here? I don't understand this.
Well, you know, just is. So we're making straight lines. All right. Ta-da. Ta-da. Flips over like that. Fits into place.
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say, do you need a label front and back? But I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's only going to fit one way.
Right.
Now that we have our pattern for the floor, we're going to cut it out. So once again, we're going to break out the straight edge, and we are going to leave a little bit of an allowance on the outside. Get us a good, nice, sharp razor blade. Let's do this from the outside so we can see our line. All right, and then we have our rough pattern. We're going to go test fit this. All right, that is just about right. We have a little bit on the end that we need to deal with. All right, so there's our pattern. So the next step is take our sheet metal, we transfer the pattern to the sheet metal. So I'm going to try to get it close to this edge, at least two edges. With a little bit of excess on these two edges, just a touch. We get our Sharpie. We get our Sharpie. we transfer our pattern to our metal, and that's what we've got. So now we're left with a couple of options. We can use our shear. We can use the death wheel, or, well, that's pretty much the options. So let's see if we can straighten out some of these lines. And remember, we're going to have to grind this and trim it to fit exactly. So this will not be perfect right after the first cut. All right, there's our trim. Let's move our Sharpie. Let's try our shear. See if you can see this. We've got a little tear in our metal. And we're sliding a little inside our line that we didn't want to slide in. So shear is probably going to be better for doing smaller pieces. We know this now. So let's get the cutoff wheel. All right, we are going to clamp this down to our work surface. To avoid the possibility of this stuff running away on us. And we have our rough piece that will get shaped into place in the car and fix the floor pan. So we've traced out some of the areas and we've bent our piece into place. And, you know, as expected, we're a little big, but that's okay. We're close. We're very, very close all the way around. We've done a little bit of bending around the pieces that need to be bent, and then we did some tracing to kind of clean up the edges and stuff like that. So now we're going to go ahead and finish trimming. Rather than trimming that some more, we're going to trim the floor that's questionable. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's see if we're any closer. Oh, that fits in good. That's a little wide. Oh, we are good along here. We fit in there. Probably need to clean up this corner a little bit. And then this front leading edge. I mean, it's over by just a touch. But I think we're pretty dang close. Let's work on this corner some more. All right, looking good. We are good, good, good. Oh, just a touch in this corner. You know what? We're going to get the grinder out for this one. We are back with the grinder, and the grinder is going to serve a couple of purposes. Number one is to clean up some of these spots and do some just very light shaving of this metal to get our panel to fit. And the other one is we're going to need to grind all of these edges all the way around so that we have something to weld to. So let's get started. All right, we got that edge cleaned up. Now we're going to hit that piece of frame rail with a little piece of with a little spray rust encapsulator. So our rust encapsulator is no bueno. So we're going to hit that with some paint, protect it, come back, clean up the edge. Clean up our edge. And we got a little bent piece right there. We're going to clean that up real quick, straighten it out. Then we're going to start tacking this down, running it around as we go, making sure that we kind of got everything lined up where it needs to go, and we'll tack it into place. All right, so we have our pieces here that we need to stick together. To do that, we're going to use our Eastwood MP 250i MIG welder, combination welder actually. It'll do MIG, it'll do TIG, it'll do stick, and I'm not good at any of them. So go ahead, insert jokes here. I'll hear it in the comments. That's okay, I can live with it. So we're going to start tacking this thing into place. Out of an abundance of caution, I disconnected the computer, unplugged the computer on the car, just, you know, to be safe-ish, you know, safety third. All right. So what we're doing is we're just going to go around and tack this thing into place in separate locations, and we're going to work our way around, because if you try to weld straight beads, then what ends up happening is you end up burning through your metal, overheating it, warping it, doing all kinds of cool stuff. So we are tacked into place pretty well all the way around. We've got some blow through holes and stuff like that we got to deal with just because of old thin metal. So we're going to take the grinder to it and see if we can grind off all of these welds and see how well we're stuck and go from there. Probably going to hit it with some seam sealer, and we'll move on. All right, so now got it in place, and you know, it's not perfect, but it's good enough for who it's for. So we're just putting this on here to protect raw metal. We're going to come back with some seam sealer around the edge of this thing. Got ourselves with the grinder. Not terrible. But that's why you should always be wearing gloves, safety equipment, and the like. Well, lug nuts, this episode of Robert's Classic Car is coming to a close. We still have a little touch-up work. I'm going to go around this thing with some seam sealer and make sure that it's good and sealed. Once the dynamat is in and the carpet is in, you're never going to see this from the top. We're going to seam seal it on the bottom. We're going to hit it with some rubberized undercoating on the bottom. You'll never see it. And we've gotten a big section of rusted, rotten floor replaced today. Next episode, we'll get into more. We'll get this back corner that's pretty ugly, and then we'll see what other spots. I think I've got that back corner, and then I've got a spot over on the driver's side that needs to be dealt with. It does take a little bit of time and energy to do these things, so just, you know, take your time, be patient. I know not everybody has welders and grinders and cutters and everything else. I get that, but you know, I've amassed these tools over years of working on projects and needing something. So with that being said, we're going to sign off for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As of today, we're at 47 subscribers. I need 50. 50 is the goal. If I've got 50 people watching this thing, I am wildly impressed with myself. And I would thank you guys all. Share with your friends if you think it's cool, if you think it's funny, if you think it's stupid, you want to make fun of me. I'm okay with that. So that being said, like and subscribe. And as always, lug nuts, let's keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up.